Hi, I'm Mark Scherer. I'm the CEO and founder of Encompass Life and the host of the Encompassing Life Podcast. And today we have Kathryn Eipl. She's out in San Diego. She has a company called E.I.P.L Health. Yeah,
E.I.P.L healing.
E.I.P.L Healing. And she has a variety of modalities that she's using to work with people to restore health for them. And I'm looking forward to chatting with her. She has come up with her own system as well, so I'm looking forward to diving into that. So, Kathryn, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And is that your real backdrop behind you? Do you have,
Y- Yes, this is my real backdrop.
so, and you're in San Diego, are you on the ocean?
I'm not too far from it right now. Right now, I'm in a location in Del Mar, so I'm close to the ocean, not
Oh,
right
yeah.
on it.
Yeah, Del Mar's, I've been there several times. Beautiful city, beautiful
It's
area.
so beautiful.
Yeah. So, Kathryn, and you were talking, we were talking, you said you were doing project manager for Universal Studios and doing events and stuff for those guys, and then somehow or another you weren't feeling fulfilled and you got into doing this, and you said you had a pivot point with one yoga class. Is that correct?
I mean, pretty much one yoga class. So I was working at Halloween Horror Nights for Universal Studios in LA. And it was just a very high stress job. There's lots of people, lots of coordination, lots of time management involved. And as much as I loved it at first, after doing that for a couple of years, I just started to get burnt out because I really was putting my work, my job before me. And I would wake up, go to work, work all day, long hours, not take care of myself really, and then come home and it would be time to go to sleep so I could do the whole process again.
Mm.
And I started to drink more than normal for myself at the end of work to cope and to kind of numb my nervous system so I could sleep. And I was just in a very bad habit of that. And I was looking for ways to get out of living that way because I knew that there was just more to life than that. And I remembered when I was in grad school that I would go to a yoga class twice a week and it really impacted my mood. And I'd stopped going to yoga because I had this job and it was hard to find time. So I just had to make time for that. And I started going back to yoga, realized how much it actually impacted me and boosted my mood. And before long, I decided that I needed to go through a teacher training so that I could learn more and learn how to do yoga in accordance to my body. So I didn't have to rely on going to a studio schedule because working in entertainment, my schedule changed. Like I wouldn't always be working the regular 9 to 5. Sometimes I'd work overnights. And so that's when I took a yoga teacher training. And from there, that was really the turning point for me.
What type of teacher's training did you do?
It was a comprehensive yoga teacher training. So there was this small studio in LA called Soul Shack Yoga, and they taught the different branches of yoga. They would start with philosophies on Friday, then we would get into the different styles like hatha, vinyasa,
Vinyasa.
restorative yin. We did some Ashtanga yoga as well. So it was real educational and comprehensive of a yoga teacher training, which was exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to just get a 200-hour in vinyasa. I wanted something that was going to give more education and be more versatile.
So, what's your favorite style for you personally?
I love hatha yoga. I
Hmm.
honestly think for me, vinyasa is too fast because your body doesn't have time to settle in the different alignment points. So if you're going really fast and not adjusting your body properly, you can actually injure yourself. That's why some people go to a yoga class and come out and they're like, oh, I think I like pulled a muscle or I overstretched. And
Yeah,
so,
yeah. That's my favorite too, besides Shavasana as well.
oh yeah, Shavasana is a good one. I just led a class this morning and one of my clients was like, I can stay in this pose for 15 minutes. I was
Right.
like,
Yeah. So, have you ever done the hot yoga like Bikram or anything?
Yes, that's actually where I started my yoga practice in grad school. I was doing hot yoga exclusively and I loved it.
Wow. I remember my
Yeah.
first time I did hot yoga. I just laid on the floor, and there was about that much cool air right at the bottom of the floor. I'm laying on the floor, sucking cool air in. It was it was terrible, man. Just for me to be able to stay in the room that first class, get up and move a little bit, but it was I just wasn't used to that at all. So it was
Yeah.
quite an awakening. Yeah, there's a cool air, go about a half inch of cool air down the floor. Awesome. So
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
I can relate to that. When I first started, the teachers would kind of open the door and fan it to get some cool air in the room, and I was like, "Yes, please, cool
Yeah,
it
please.
down."
Right. Yeah, it's amazing what it does for you as well. And so now you started IPL Wellness. IPL Healing, excuse me. And tell me what you're doing in your own business.
Yeah, so IPO healing it stands for every individual person is love healing, as I have found that we're all just
That's
searching.
not your last name?
It is my last name, and I've created it into an acronym as well.
How wonderful. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, and it serves as a mantra because when you think about your day, say somebody cuts you off in traffic and you get mad at that, like you don't know what that person's going through. You don't know if they're rushing home to take care of a sick kid, if they have other things that they have to do. So by repeating that, for me, it was a great way to kind of bring me back to my center and remember that I don't know what they're going through. So I can just stay in my lane and focus on me and give love outwardly rather than choose to get mad at something one person did when I have no reasoning for why they did what they did.
Gotcha. So what's your acronym again?
Every individual person is love.
Love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. And what all type of services do you offer at your location?
Right. So I offer cognitive behavioral therapy coaching, Reiki, sound healing, yoga, and meditation as well. So I've created the Neuroresonance Method, which is a combination of cognitive behavioral therapeutic techniques, Reiki, and sound healing. So that's a way to really tackle any behaviors, thought patterns that you're really wanting to shift and change. So we'll use the cognitive behavioral therapy to acknowledge them, to make you aware of them and start tracking your thoughts as and find evidence of like, is this thought actually true? Like, what's the evidence or where is the belief coming from? Because a lot of times we hold beliefs from situations that we've experienced in the past, but it actually holds no truth in our present
Right.
day. Once we have that, it's shifting those thoughts and repatterning them into what it is that we want to believe, how we want to shift. And the Reiki and sound healing get in on the energetic level as well. So we're not just tackling the cognitive and mental aspect, but we're also creating that energetic space and allowing our energy and our emotions to run through the body physically in somewhat of a somatic way.
Have you read a book called Language and the Pursuit of Happiness?
Yes, I have.
I had a feeling you had.
What
I
gave it away?
when you were talking about the things we tell ourselves and are they really true or not. So I could
Mm-hmm.
tell you've done some work with grounded assessments.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, I studied the guy by the name of Fernando Flores is the guy who developed that system. And
Yes.
and Chalmers Brothers was a protege of his. And I studied with one of Chalmers' other proteges for about a year and a half. So it was a
Wow.
yeah. He had me doing doing the grounded assessments, and it was I was I had to do three positive and three negatives and turn them in
Yes.
every week. And I turned them in. He goes, they're all wrong. I was like, so I kept doing them, kept doing them, and finally got where I could do them really quickly. And I said, he had me do them about other people. And I said, how about if you have me do them about myself? And so I know I'll be able to do it about myself way easier. He goes, no, do them about other people. I was like, okay. So finally, I got where I was doing them really quickly, and he goes, keep doing them. And I was like, kept doing them. A couple of months later, I said, dude, I said, I'm doing these things in my dreams. He goes, perfect. I've been waiting for that. I go, you prick. He didn't tell me any of this stuff was coming. And so once I started dreaming in them, then he goes, now do them about yourself.
Oh,
I said, okay. So this is going to be so easy. So I got my paper out, started doing them. Immediately back up to an hour again. I went, what the heck is this? So I called him, like, what is going on? He goes, the lies you tell about yourself are way more pervasive than the lies you tell about other people. And
yes.
I just went back up to an hour and then until I could until I could do them really quickly again. But yeah, that was a interesting experience to have. And I still dream in them. I still do it.
Good.
Yeah, say something in my dream. No, that's not what I meant to say, and I clean it up.
Yeah, I'll even do that to myself too. It's like I'll say something, I'm like, no, that's not what I meant to say. This is
Yeah,
what I meant to say. And I catch like my friends will do that or they'll be like, I'm stupid. I'm like, no, you're not. You just don't know how to do this thing. You're learning.
yeah.
Like,
You're a beginner. Yeah, awesome. This is interesting, Kathryn.
yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yep. So, and your coaching technique you use, where'd you go where'd you get that?
So I have a background in psychology. That's where I have a bachelor's in science in psychology. And so from that, I built off and I went to resonance coaching to get my
Mm,
cognitive behavioral therapy coaching. So it focuses on cognitive behavioral therapy, but from a life coaching perspective.
mm,
And in undergrad, I had a very strong evident emphasis in cognitive behavioral therapy and cognitive behavioral function. So it
mm,
really just built on top of that. And currently, I'm in school to get my certification to become a substance abuse counselor in the state of California as well. So I'm continually adding and
and
building up that
wow,
side of me.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, same thing here. I put together this system over the last 40 years. I've studied consciousness all over and developed this system. We got the bones of the system about 16 years ago and put our system together over the last 15 years. And we actually partnered with the university so people can take our classes and get a master's or PhD in transformational life coaching and or transformational leadership development.
That's amazing.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. I got the coming from where I came from to where I am now. Wow, what a shift in my life.
Is
I couldn't say the word love.
Yeah, isn't it powerful to just think about how your life was
Yeah,
and then all the work that you've done to this point?
yeah, it's amazing. Love it. So, what is a typical what does your typical client look like, and or is there a typical client and a typical path of how you work with them?
The way that I approach my clients is everybody is an individual. So I don't necessarily do the exact same thing with each client. It all depends on where their current mindset is and what goals they're working on. Generally, my clients are adults who are working for some deep healing and alignment because they have acknowledged that they're either doing something. A lot of the people that I'm working with now are moving through some sort of addiction, whether it's to substances or food, and they acknowledge that it's an issue and that's something that they want to relinquish and let go of because they understand that there's something greater for them outside of those things and they want to
Mhm.
learn how to overcome them. So I also see a lot of people working through old patterns like overthinking, working to the point where they burn out, finding ways to numb themselves, not necessarily with with substances, but some people will come to me and have the issue of like binge watching on Netflix or doing mindless tasks that are actually helping them procrastinate on the things that they actually want to do. Like if they want to start a business, they're just filling their time doing random side projects rather than getting down to do the work. So those are kind of the people that I've been working with recently. And It,
Do you have a particular case where that really surprised you and like that was big results?
yeah, there's been a few. So there was one woman she had been just like years of stress, was a mom, was a wife, was really putting everyone in her life before her. And the way in which she was living, she was so stressed out that she just didn't have her period for, I want to say like 14 years.
Wow.
And she would,
What was her age?
she was in her 40s.
That's a that's yeah, prime of her life.
Yeah. And so it's not like she should have been premenopausal or going through menopause at that point in her life either. So she had been going to doctors regularly, getting shots to help with her hormone level, and still nothing was happening for her. And she started working with me. She was also shifted her diet to be more of a plant-based rather than eating meat. And while she was working with me, she actually started to get her period again, just based on the Reiki, the breath work, sound therapy, and our coaching. But reframing her thoughts like really helped, and it was really neat to watch it in real life because I could
Mm,
see the fog lifting as she would be talking about these things. And every session
awesome.
with her was so exciting. I just loved it.
Yeah, I love when sometimes people will come into a class and they'll have like it's almost like around their eyes as it looks like a drain where
Yes.
like energy is getting sucked into their eyes and it's like going down energy going down a drain and all of a sudden somewhere in class all of a sudden their eyes begin to sparkle and emit light again and I love that shift from the sucking energy in or being influenced by everything in their outer world to actually going, oh, I'm the cause of all this. And they start to wake up to that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah. Awesome. I guess
Yeah.
you see energy and stuff too, or feel energy. So
Yes, I
yeah,
do.
awesome. So you do all one-on-ones or you do class when you're doing sound healings, I imagine those are classes, yeah? Or
So
groups.
yeah, I offer group sound healings at a few places, and then I also do individual ones as well. So I do them virtually for people, and then if you're local to me in the San Diego area, I do travel to people. I also have my own office space in Oceanside, so people can come to me for in-person Reiki, sound healing. We can do coaching in person. And all of this I offer online as well. So it can all be done virtually. And with sound healing, I work with Scripps Hospital and I offer restorative yoga and sound therapy to their community members and cancer patients at a few select locations throughout San Diego.
Oh, cool. And
Yeah.
how's that working for people?
Great. It's built up quite a community. I teach weekly classes on Tuesdays, and I always know when my regulars are out of town. They will tell me if they are traveling. And it's bittersweet with the cancer patients because some of them, I've been doing this for about 4 years now for Scripps.
Mm.
And so I've seen people make miraculous recoveries and beat their cancer. And I've also seen people
Oh yeah, pass.
get, I've seen people pass. I've seen people leave remission because their cancer came back. And so I'm close with so many of them that they keep me in the loop with their, treatments. And I'm blessed that they trust me that much. And I'm always rooting for them, but it is hard when you
Mm-hmm.
really develop a connection with them and then they,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
they pass, they leave this plane. It's sad.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I recently facilitated a sound healing for a woman who was having a medical assisted death based by her doctor's recommendations. It's legal here in the state of California. And so the type of cancer she had, that's what her doctor recommended because if the cancer got any worse, it was going to rupture her stomach and you don't live through that and it's extremely painful. So she asked me to provide sound healing for that experience for her, and I did. So that was very transformational for myself.
To be able to stay with somebody at that transition it's got to be, yeah,
Yeah. It was
cool.
a yeah, it was a big moment of trust and really leaning into the process of life.
Gotcha. So how do people get in touch with you, Kathryn?
So people can find me on Instagram or TikTok under E.I.P.L Healing. That's E.I.P.L Healing. And also on my website, E.I.P.L Healing, E-I-P-L healing.com. And my contact information's up there. You can look at all the different services I offer and book directly through there. And I also have I'm offering a free emotional strategy session to anyone listening here. And you can just go to
Awesome.
my website and book one of the emotional strategy sessions, use the code WELCOME at checkout, and it'll show up as a free option. So you can schedule that. My calendar is right there, so it's easy to book. And yeah, it's my thank you for listening. And I love what I do. And if I can help shed any insight for people, I am all about it.
Beautiful. I do have a parting question I ask everybody.
Okay.
And the question is, what do you love about life?
That is a great question. I love the variety of life because I believe that we are here to experience all the different types of emotions. So for happiness, joy, love, and the opposite of the spectrum, that anger, sadness, grief, all of that, working through those emotions and handling that creates a deeper understanding for the human experience. It allows you to get in touch with yourself on a new level and rebuild yourself. And then in those moments where you have the joy and the love and happiness, it tastes even sweeter after working through that anger and that sadness.
Yeah.
And that's just really what I love. Life is an adventure.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah. There's no such thing as selective suppression. So when
Yes.
you try to suppress one thing, what you're really suppressing is ability to give and receive love. And
Yes.
that's how to say a nice spiritual term here. That sucks.
It does.
I mean, it's like you go through life just gray, man. It's like, yeah,
Hmm.
it's almost like, like walking around zombies, you know?
Yeah, everything just feels neutral where
Yeah.
people would ask me how I was. I remember a time in my life in which I lived like that. People would be like, "How are you?" And I'm like, "Fine." When
Yeah.
clearly I wasn't fine.
Right.
But that was just the word I was using.
Yeah.
I'm like, "I'm fine," because if I tell you how I really am, you're going to be
Yeah.
depressed because I don't understand why I'm here, why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. 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 Not how you doing? Not too bad.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell does that even mean, right?
Yeah. Or people are like, "I'm okay." And I'm like, "Are you really okay? What does that mean?"
You ever been to Oklahoma? It sucks too. So anyway, Kathryn, and there are some good people. There are some cool places in Oklahoma, but it just gets kind of the panhandle's kind of anyway. Great having you on the show, Kathryn,
Thank you so
and I
much.
look forward to hearing more from you and you have continued success in your business. Blessings.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Blessings to you.